Hello and a very good morning, dear students. Welcome back for our session on Equality Civics lesson number 1. So last time I have kept you thinking about the story of Kanta, the thought that had come into Kanta's mind. So that thought tells us that still we have financial inequality in our society. I hope you have understood that. Now we move on to the next part of our chapter, and we start with the question, what are rights? I hope you remember that I've asked you a certain question, and why is equality important, and the first reason was basic human right. So what is that right? Someone happened to say some freedom. Yes, so here is the definition for you, and it says rights are legal, social or ethical principles of freedom or the entitlement, that is, rights are fundamental normative rules about what is allowed of the people or owed to the people according to some legal system or social convention. So certain kind of freedom is given to people, or people own that. And who gives you all those? There is some legal system. Here we call it as a government or our community, our society. So they give us certain rights. So let us move. The next question is, what are fundamental rights? I hope you all know what are fundaments, that is the basics. So some basic rights that we as a citizen of the country have. And first we see what is the definition. So these are the rights or the basic conditions of social life without which a citizen cannot be at his best self, or those basic conditions which are very essential for a good life of a citizen. So certain basic rights, like the right to get your education, for example. Yes, so that is a basic necessity for each and every citizen of our country. And then who gives us these rights? So these rights are given in the constitution of our country. And then before we see in detail about the fundamental rights, we will just have a quick recap of what is constitution. So this is the book of our Indian Constitution. So Constitution is the basic document that lays down the basic rules and regulations for the people as well as for the government in the country to follow. It also mentions the duties and rights of citizens. I hope you have recollected the definition. We have already discussed about this last year as well. Then, when did our constitution come into force? It is on 26th of January 1950. And again, a simple question for you. Who is known as the father of Indian Constitution? An important member of the drafting committee of our constitution? Yes, absolutely correct guess. It is Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, or Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar as we say. So I hope you've recollected the things about constitution. Let us move for the next topic. Now, as I was discussing earlier about fundamental rights, we will just see some fundamental rights that are given by the Indian Constitution for the Indian citizens. And there are 6 fundamental rights as declared by the Constitution. So let us see one by one. The first one we have is right to equality. So what is right to equality actually? So right to equality states that each and every person in the country is equal before law. Each and every person of the country is allowed to use the public places. So this is right to equality. There are many things which come under right to equality. As we proceed with the chapter, I will let you know in detail. The next we have right to freedom. So what is right to freedom? We all have right to speech. Yes, you can speak. It's not that you cannot speak at a particular place, you cannot speak in a particular area. No, you have a right or freedom to speak, that is freedom of speech. We have freedom of thought, freedom of expression, and so on. Then the next we have is right against exploitation, which actually prohibits forced labor, or you can say child labor, as well as it prohibits human trafficking. Next, we have cultural and educational rights. So, under which we say that people following certain cultural traditions can keep following that and have right to preserve their culture. And then certain minor communities can also establish as well as administer the educational institutes. So they can have their own educational institutes which they can administer as well as they have established. Next, we have right to freedom of religion. This right states that each and every citizen of the country is free to follow whatever religion he or she wants to, and even if they want to promote it, they can do so. And finally, we have right to constitutional remedies. So now what is right to constitutional remedies? So right to constitutional remedies deal with the justice. Now, if some person feels that my rights are not getting protected, I am not allowed to follow whatever I want to, he or she can go to the court. It may be any local body or your Supreme Court, District Court, or your High Courts. Anywhere you are allowed to go and tell about that your rights are not getting protected. So these are all of our fundamental rights. Now I have a question in front of you. Do you know about a new addition to the list of right to freedom? Recently something new was added to the list of right to freedom. I show you a picture. Just see the picture and try to guess what I want to tell you. Wow. I hope you've understood. Yes, it deals with schooling or education. You can see a child who is happy going to the school, and some children are standing and thinking that can we also go to the school? You're absolutely right. I'm talking about the RTE Act of 2009. So what does the RTE Act tell us? It tells that right to education. Each and every child of the country has a right to free and basic education. So a child from age of 6 up to 14 years has a right to get free and compulsory education. So this is the new addition that we have got into a fundamental right to freedom. Again, a beautiful picture that tells you about education for all. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. As you're watching this video, I would like to remind you that in our learning management software, the system, I have just put up some videos for your reference. You can go through it, which will tell you more about RTE. Now let's move on to one more. Yes, so this is one more feature of right to freedom, that is equal right to vote. I hope we remember certain things about equal right to vote. Yes. So India being a democratic country, all adults have a right to cast their vote irrespective of their gender, caste, religion, their financial condition. And so that is known as universal adult franchise. So here is the definition again. In a democratic country like India, all adults, irrespective of their religion, education, caste, whether they are rich or poor, are allowed to vote. And this is known as universal adult franchise. Now there are certain important things about it. So this idea of universal adult franchise is particularly based on equality. Can you just relate this definition to the story that we have done in the first session about Kanta and Sujata? Everyone was standing in the same queue to cast the vote. All were given equal status. Yes? Then this principle is also based on one person, one vote. That means each citizen can cast only single vote. So here it is. So universal adult franchise, what does it say? It says that every citizen, including male and female, who is 18 years of age is given the right to vote without making any discrimination on the basis of sex, caste, color, religion, etc. And this is one more photograph for you all to just see that you in that particular queue of casting vote, we can find people of different skin color, different age groups, different genders. They are coming from different sections of the society, but still they are standing in one queue to cast their vote. So this is all from my side for today about fundamental rights. We focused on two important rights, that is the RTE and equal right to vote. I hope you all have understood whatever was being told in the video, and do not forget to watch a video related to RTE. The link has been put up in our Teams. So thank you dear children. Have a nice day, and most important, stay safe.